So whether you are a brand new freelancer who's looking to land their first or first couple of clients, or someone who's a little more established who's perhaps hit some hard times, maybe you have lost a client, or maybe one of your anchor clients has taken all their writing in-house, or there's new budgetary constraints so they can't afford to pay you what you used to. There is one tried and true method to see a quick influx of leads and potential clients, and which leads to obviously more income. Problem is, this method is one that a lot of freelancers tend to shy away from because it depends upon you putting yourself out there a little more. It depends upon you being a little more aggressive than you used to. And this is a major generalization. I know, generalization. But generally speaking, and from the freelancers that I've spoken to throughout my career, we prefer the inbound method of client acquisition. We prefer to produce great content, to promote that content, and wait until clients come to you. It's a great way to do it, but it doesn't provide quick results. If you want quick results now, you need to, take some massive action. You need to sit down and actively outreach to other people. Build that network and, promote yourself. There's two ways to do this. One is cold calling, which I'm not going to cover today because I know a lot of freelancers really dislike the idea of cold calling. It is something that is terrifying for most freelancers. You need a big old set of balls to do it and be able to deal with a lot of rejection, face-to-face rejection almost. What I am going to talk about is cold email, because this is a great way to build a business. Everybody I know has built a business, whether it be freelance or something more traditional. They get their first couple of clients through direct outreach. Thing is, while freelance writers in particular are very good at writing those messages, we're not the best at, don't bite me, we're not the best at the strategy that accompanies it, that leads to success. I'd say that if you want to learn more about the strategy, you should shy away from freelance writing sites and go look at digital marketing sites, because they know far more about the strategy involved with effective email prospecting than most freelancers. But what I want to do today is I want to run through a couple of points that a lot of freelancers get wrong with their cold emailing. A couple of issues that if you fix, you should see a higher close rate, a higher success rate with your cold pitch emails. The first of which I think is very well covered, but most people tend to do it to the sort of lowest degree, and that is personalization. We all know you've got to personalize your emails. We've all been the recipient of those kind of emails where it says like, "Dear Sir, Madam," and then it's some bullshit generic offer. They're easy to ignore. Problem is, personalization is often sort of talked about in terms of use the person's first name. So instead of saying "Dear Sir, Madam," say "Dear Dave," "Dear Julie," whatever. And that's good. It's a good start anyway. But you need to go beyond that. That is the you need to go beyond there. You fell off, mate. You need to personalize the actual content of the email to appeal specifically to that person and that person's organization. So that means the sort of icebreaker, if you like. So "Dear Dave," and then the icebreaker needs to be tailored for that organization or that person. Like, "Hey, I read this piece that you guys published. It's great. I particularly like da 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 da." And then if you're pitching articles, those articles need to be specifically tailored to that publication, site, business, whatever. That doesn't mean that you need to write out specific individual article ideas for each person that you reach out to. You can bunch them together by industry. So you can create 6 to 8 article ideas for a specific niche, and then hit up 5 to 10 publications with 3 of those articles. Pitch the same 3 to all of those guys. It should appeal to all of them if you've done your research well. And then the first one to come back to you and say, "Hey, we love this," you do it. And if 2 come back and say it, then you just change the article so it's an original piece, but you've still got all the same research. So it shouldn't take you so long to write. But that's basically what personalization is about. It's not about just including the first name. It's about tailoring that whole message to an individual and their organization. The second thing that I see a lot of freelancers make errors with is how they end emails. A lot of the times, it's they end emails with something really wishy-washy, something really vague, like "Thanks for your time," or "Let me know." It's bollocks. I mean, they're easily ignored, right? What I'd say you should be doing instead, and what I tend to do with mine, and this drastically increases the response rate, and it's a really easy thing, is end with a question. End with an actual question, not like, thanks for your time. Say, do you think these article ideas would fit with your site, publication, blog, whatever? Hit them with an actual question, because it kind of triggers that answer in their mind, which makes them more likely to actually respond. Simple change, but actually do that. Don't end on a weak note. End on an actual solid question to get a response. The third thing, and this is what so many freelancers just don't do, is follow up. You got to follow up. I always follow up with every person I email 3 to 4 times, because modern society, modern business is a very busy place, and people's inboxes are packed. I remember the last office job that I had, I used to get around 150 emails per day, and I wasn't even a important person within the business. God only knows how much the sort of higher ups used to get. So often when you're cleaning that inbox, legitimate emails will get cleared away with the spam, with those that you just don't care about, that you want to delete. But so many freelancers I've spoken to send one email, and if they don't get a response, they think it's because their ideas were crap and this publication is just not interested. It's not that at all. It's more likely that they've accidentally deleted your email, or it's fallen through the cracks, or they've put it to one side to look at later, and then later never arrived because other jobs came up. You have to follow up. My basic format for a 3 email follow up is you send the email once. You track the emails. I use HubSpot's free CRM because it's free, and you can track opens and clicks. If the email wasn't opened, send the same email again, just switch up that subject line, because the first subject line obviously didn't grab their attention. If they did open it, send a follow-up email, which just is like, hey, checking in. Hey, wanted to just check in, see if you'd had a chance to look through these, and then end on a question again. Third and fourth follow-up are just another general email like, hey, just following up on this. I'd love to, touch base on this and do all that. Just try not to use that bullshit term touch base. Do that 3 to 4 times, and you will be amazed at how many more potential clients are getting back to you. It's a very, very simple thing, but it makes all the difference. If you want to see the actual templates that I use and how I go through this process, just check the article that's here. Everything's gone through there, and you can actually download the templates that I use. There's a free download there too. But those are 3 of the biggest mistakes I see freelancers making with their cold outreach. 3 things that are super simple to fix. You could get those fixed today and see a much better return on that time investment. So if you are doing cold outreach, which you should be, or you're thinking about getting into it soon, just bear those 3 things in mind to drastically increase the success rate. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out either in the comments, via Facebook, Twitter, email, whatever. I'll be happy to answer any questions. But for now, just remember those 3 things and make sure that they're a part of your next step in your email marketing campaign. Speak soon.